And welcome to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. I am your host, Joyce Williams. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please don't forget to like the channel on YouTube, The Invisible Woman Talk Show. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others. You can go to the website, it's jwinvisiblewoman.com. We have an amazing episode for you tonight. So grab your girlfriends, grab your snacks. If you need a notepad, grab that and hurry back because you don't want to miss a minute of tonight's show because this show is your show. Welcome to the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Stay tuned. My name is Joyce Williams and I'm the host of the Invisible Woman Talk Show. Life doesn't always give you flowers. That's why you should tune in to the Invisible Woman Talk Show. It'll help empower you to find your inner strength to bring out the beauty in you. Welcome back to the Invisible Woman. I'm your host, Joyce Williams. And just recently I was at a restaurant. And so when I was there were some people there ahead of me. And I came in and I placed my order. But anyway, in the midst of all this, the lady that was there before me and the person that came after her got our food, okay? So she's still sitting there waiting. And so then somebody else came in, they sat down, and guess what? They got their food, okay? And at this time, she's looking around like, okay, wait a minute. She came after me, they came after me, they've gotten their food. Where's my food? And so she stops one of the wait staff and she was like, I can hear the conversation because she's close enough to me. And she's like, hey, I came after them. I came before them and they have their food. I don't have my food. They were like, ma'am, I'm sorry. A little bit of time. We're going to get you your food. So a little bit later, somebody else came in. It was bad, y'all. Somebody else came in and they got sat down and got their order. And so they were bringing out some food. And guess what? It wasn't her food. It was somebody else's food. So by this time, she's gone from concern, asking questions, to now she's escalated to, I'm upset. And so when that other person got their food, this is like 3 people after her. Now, the next person got their food, she went full-blown angry. And she went to, I want to talk to the management, that kind of thing. Which I can understand her frustration, not being able, not getting her food. But my thing is that it escalated all from her being hurt, her being, feeling like she was looked over, left out, and abandoned. And we have those emotions, anger is an emotion that a lot of people forget people use to cover up their hurt. When people cry, then yeah, it's easy to tell that they're hurt because they're crying. But it's not as easy to tell that they're hurt when they're angry. And she was angry because she was hurt. Because she, like I said, she felt like, she was looked over. And the thing was that, what she ordered actually took a little bit longer than what we had ordered. Then think about that. It's just the fact that she's looking at, all these people came after me and they got their food. What's going on with my food? So it was just, it escalated to anger. Excessive anger can have effects on your physical health and your well-being. Headaches, migraines, body pains, hypertension, they're all caused by excessive anger. Your out of control anger outbursts not only have an adverse effect on you, but it has a negative impact on the people around you. So now with her anger outburst, she looks like the bad guy. Even though she was the victim, the person it happened to, now she looks like a bad guy because she's upset, she's going full-blown anger, and she's going off. I'm just saying. It got kind of a little testy there. But my point is that anger management, we need to learn how to control our anger. So tonight's episode is about anger management. Getting to the point where we are, even in our enragement, when we're upset, when we're escalated, that we're still able to bring ourselves and calm ourselves and still be able to handle the situation calmly, rationally, even in our anger. Stay tuned. We will be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Don't get upset. Don't get angry. We're going to be right back. Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We are talking about anger management. And there are three types of anger. We have passive aggression, open aggression, and assertive anger. Now, with passive aggression is avoidance. You know, you have that person that does avoidance or give you the silent treatment, and it can damage relationships because it makes communication difficult. When somebody's giving you the silent treatment, they're not communicating. Now, it's also like it's a coping mechanism that many people use from time to time, that when they want to avoid conflict. They want to avoid conflict. And like I said, it's an indirect aggression. So it allows a person to express their anger and their related emotions without directly communicating their feelings. So you know that they're upset because they are, give you the silent treatment, but they're not communicating that they're upset. So they're saying it without saying it, so something's wrong. Passive aggression, it can be, like I said, a concealed form of aggression. So it can make it difficult to confront. When you have somebody that's unwilling to communicate, and it's just kind of like they got their barrier up, they got their wall up, they just shut down. So they are passive aggressive anger. And like I said, it's hard to communicate because they're not talking to you. Silent treatment sucks. The silent treatment sucks. Oh my gosh, I never liked the silent treatment because I'm a communicator. I like to communicate. I really do not like the silent treatment because, oh my gosh, you can't even talk to that person. Well, you can talk to them, but they're not talking back to you, which makes it, communication is a two-way street. So you're just talking and they're not responding. That's a no for me. I'm just letting you know that is a no. So yeah, passive aggressive behavior, it's very difficult to, like I said, they're saying it without saying it. I'm upset. They're showing it with their actions, but they're not saying they're upset directly to you. So it kind of makes it hard to, communicate with them when they're not communicating back. Also, with passive aggressive behavior, they use sarcasm a lot, and to hide, how they really feel. Like I said, not if they are communicating, if they're not doing the silent treatment, then they're doing the sarcasm. And they also do backhanded compliments. We know about those backhanded compliments where they give you a compliment and kind of put the butt and take it back. So it's just kind of like those cheap earrings. We talked about that before. And so they have, they want to avoid conflict. They use their sarcasm. They use the silent treatment. They sulk. They refuse to communicate. These are all signs of passive aggressive behaviors. People with passive aggressive behavior may often deny the fact that they are hurt. They are going to deny the fact that they're hurt or that they're angry or even that they're offended. They rarely say what they're really thinking. Oh my gosh, like I said, they are going to you have to pretty much watch their body language, because they're not going to verbalize how they feel a lot of times. So you're just going to have to watch their body language. Or like I said, when they do give you that silent treatment, they're saying that they're upset without saying that they're upset. When they're doing that sarcasm, when they're giving you those backhanded compliments, when they lash out in puzzling ways, so it can be confusing. It can, but like I said, you just have to, with a passive aggressive person, you have to, like I said, just kind of watch their body language, because what they're saying and their actions are definitely going to be different. They're saying, oh, I don't even care. It's kind of a nonchalant attitude, but they do care. Yes, they are hurt. Yes, they are angry. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We are talking about anger management. And we were talking about the three types of anger. The passive, we talked about the passive aggression, and now we're going to talk about open aggression. And open aggression is exactly what it is. They are openly telling you that they are angry. They are openly showing you that they are angry. They're going to be, they may be fighting, bullying, blackmailing, accusing, shouting, bickering, criticism. You're gonna know that they are upset because they're gonna be open about it. So that's why it's open aggression. Now, it's definitely a sharp contrast to passive aggressive anger because, like I said, passive aggressive, they're not gonna express it to you. They're just going to show you. You got to look for their body language. But open aggression, you have no doubt that they are upset because they are in fight mode. It has been activated. So definitely they're going to want to retaliate because they feel like something wrong happened to them. You did it. They're going to retaliate. So that is definitely different from the passive aggressive anger. With the Also, dealing with a person who is openly aggressive can be challenging. It's definitely challenging because, like I said, they are in fight mode. They are yelling. They are at escalated. So you may want to give them a moment to calm down before you try to approach, because you're not going to get in, you're not going to win, you're not going to get a word in. They may be, like I said, they may be swearing. They are going to be, a lot of times they're loud. 99.9% of the time they are loud. And so, like I said, you will definitely know an open, aggressive person by their behavior. Now, the next is assertive anger. Now, with assertive anger, it allows the person to take control of their situation and tackle the issue that is directly causing their anger. So they're in fix-it mode. It is more honest and controlled, and it is a way of displaying anger that changes a tense and uncomfortable situation where there can be a resolution. So, like, with assertive anger, it's just kind of like they are taking charge. They want to take charge, and they want to resolve the issue. Now, assertive anger is expressed in a non-threatening way. With assertive anger, you're looking for a win-win situation. You want to, like I said, have a situation where we both win. You want to make sure that you resolve the issue. Whatever's going on, you find out what it is, make it right, assertive anger. So not all anger is a bad anger. Assertive anger, definitely a good thing to have because you want to, you're non-threatening. You're not yelling, cursing, fussing. You're not violent. You're not being nonchalant and giving the silent treatment. You're tackling it. You want to know what it is. You want to fix it. So, like I said, you're in fix-it mode when you are dealing with assertive anger. Now, when you're dealing with assertive anger, that shows a sign of maturity. When you are displaying assertive anger, you're caring about the needs of you and the needs of the other person. So it's not, you're not trying to manipulate anybody. You're not trying to belittle anybody. You're just trying to fix it. Like I said, you go into fix-it mode, and you are just trying to understand the issue and resolve the issue. So assertive anger is definitely where you want to be. We will be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We're talking about anger management. As humans, we experience a wide range of emotions, and that can be anything from happiness to sadness to fear to surprise, and definitely anger. And anger is a natural emotion, but Because it's normal for us to feel, hostile or frustrated at times. That's normal. However, when your anger results in you doing things that you regret, or it triggers you to uncontrollable anger to where it goes to rage, that's not good. Because the strongest form of anger is enraged. This is a stage where you feel completely out of control and you just exhibit destructive behavior. When your anger reaches to that point, you like lashing out and getting physical and excessive swearing, threatening violence. That is out of control. You're enraged. It just kind of makes me think about when we were little watching the Tasmanian Devil, and not saying that he was angry. I'm just saying like he, does that whirlwind, where he just starts spinning and destroying everything. And so that's what we do when we have the enragement. We are spinning out of control and we're destroying things. You have to learn how to control your anger. You have to get to a point where you don't allow it to control you. You be in control of things. Don't give anybody else the remote to your emotions. You stay in control of your emotions. You are in charge of you. Anger's not bad. It's a vital emotion that humans experience. Like I said, it's just that when it becomes, like I said, violent, it's not good. Let's just say when you have that anger that causes that fight or flight, when you have to fight back, when you have to defend yourself, that's a good thing. You have made the choice that, okay, wait a minute, I'm going to channel this anger and this fear, and I'm going to do something positive, and I'm going to get myself out of this situation. That's not bad. When you have that anger to where like somebody provoked you to, somebody motivated you, they pushed you because that you were angry, because they told you you couldn't do it, because they told you you wouldn't amount to anything, and you let that channel your anger, and you decided, you know what, I'm going to use this to prove them wrong. I'm going to use this to show them that I can do it. I'm not what they said. I'm not who they said I am. And you channel that inner anger and you make it push you. You allow it to push you to greatness. That's different. Okay, so like I said, anger is a natural human emotion. It's something that we all experience. Even if you're the nicest person on the planet, you will get angry. There's something that can happen to make you, get frustrated. So we all get frustrated. We all get upset. But it's according to how you handle it. Being upset is natural. How you handle it is on you. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Invisible Woman. We are talking about anger management. We're going to talk about some ways I told you we are going to talk about some ways how we could bring it on down. And the first thing you can do is take a time out. Time out is not just for kids. It is actually for everybody that needs a time out. You can take a moment, just walk away from that situation that's got you agitated or, irritable and just causing you to stress out, and just take a breather. Just walk away. And once you get a handle on your emotions, then you're able to come back and you're able to talk calmly. You're able to express your concerns and you're able to think clearly. And that way you can be in a non-confrontational way. You can state your concerns. You can be assertive, but not confrontational. You can be direct without hurting people's feelings or, trying to control them. So take a time out. That way you'll be better prepared to tackle the situation. Another thing we can do is stick with I statements. I know you've heard this before. Instead of you did this and I hate it when you do this and you, we're going to use I statements. I didn't like this. I didn't appreciate that. I would like to, we're going to use I statements. And that way that person won't feel attacked when you're saying instead of, well, you never do anything right. You're always hurting me. No, let's not. First of all, they're not always doing something. So let's talk exactly what it is that you want to convey to them. I didn't like it when you left the dishes on the table. Not you always leaving the dishes on the table. No, because just because they did it a time or two don't mean they're always doing it. And now they're going to be defensive, and that is not going to resolve your conflict. That's not going to happen. So I would like it if you put your dishes away. See how much more that comes across as I this, I that, not you, because now it's okay, defense is up. You talking about me? No, because guess what that's gonna do? That's gonna cause you to need another timeout. They're gonna need a timeout because now it's escalating. We don't want that. We want to use I statements. Another thing, do not hold a grudge. Don't hold a grudge. If you allow anger or your negative feelings to outweigh your positive feelings, you might, I always say forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person, it's for you. So once you have, unforgiveness, it's going to be affecting your health, it's going to be affecting your sleep, it's going to be affecting you. So you shouldn't be holding a grudge with people because unforgiveness is not healthy for you. It's not healthy. Forgiving someone can help you both learn from the situation and strengthen your relationship if you decide to continue that relationship after you guys have, talked about it and mended the fences, one thing I like to do is I'm a humorous person, so you can use humor to diffuse the situation. Especially when you're talking with someone that you have those inside jokes with. It's just kind of like, oh, this reminds me of the time when blah 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 happened, and you guys break that tension with something funny, and then it allows you to put down your wall, and you are able to have that open communication. Because when you're laughing, you can't be mad. It just doesn't work. You can't be laughing and mad. It just doesn't work. Humor lightens up the mood, and it keeps you from being angry, and you're able to communicate. So, but now listen, avoid sarcasm. Sarcasm, please don't do that because it can hurt their feelings and make things worse. So no backhanded compliments, no sarcasm. I'm talking about just, funny stuff that you guys can laugh about together, not each other. Oh my gosh, girl, no, don't do that. Also, know when to seek help. When your anger is so out of control, know when it's time to, I think I need some actual anger management. I think I need, I always say self-care is important. Therapy is important. If you need it, get it. Don't allow anyone to make you feel bad about receiving therapy. I always say that. I will stand by it. If you need the help, get the help. Because you don't want your anger to get out of control to where you are out of sync. You can't even control yourself anymore. So you can't control your emotions. No, you're violent, you're acting out, you're lashing out. No, you want to get help. So we're gonna also, you can also practice relaxation, like counting to 10. They say counting to 10. That helps. When you find yourself in a situation, you count to 10. And now I'm talking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Breathe, count to 10, and then you come back and you'll be able to address the situation. And some people like to, not me, but some people like to get exercise. They're upset and they go in, boxing, or they go exercise and they go take a walk, listen to some music. There are things that you can do to calm yourself. I mean, like I said, exercise, not my thing. If that's your thing, go ahead on. Kudos to you. But me, I would probably be listening to some music. Or even prayer. If you want to pray, if you want to read your word, some inspirational quotes, whatever it is that puts you in a relaxation mood, do that. Because like I said, you don't want to be angry. Get angry and stay angry. Get to a point where you're able to, find your happy place, as they say, your happy place. We'll be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We are talking about anger management. And you may say, well, Joyce, you know what? I'm not angry with anybody, but I'm definitely angry with myself. And, you know, when you're angry with yourself, that is self-hatred. Self-hatred, you know, occurs when it's, when you just don't like you. When you feel like I can't do anything right. You're so hard on yourself. We are so hard on ourselves. I know, you know, it's you are your own worst critic. You know, I know I do it too. We all do it. But, you know, you judge yourself, you attack yourself, you treat yourself poorly. And you feel like you don't deserve anything better. And you have these negative thoughts about yourself. You have these negative beliefs, and you just have this anger that I'm just angry with me all the time. But what you can do, first of all, let's not beat ourselves up. Okay? We have the world that's going to do that for us, okay? If you allow it to. So don't even, no, you don't need that. So definitely seek help. That's just my unsolicited advice. Get help, because you don't want to be angry. It's just not natural to be so angry at yourself all the time, to where like I said, you are yeah, that's not healthy. You know, we can be angry at ourselves because we didn't meet our expectations. We didn't meet our goals. We didn't do exactly what it is that we thought we should have done. And that can make us be angry at ourselves. But forgive yourself for your shortcomings. Forgive yourself for those mistakes. And what you can do, forgive yourself, regroup, go back at it again, get back up again. You can try it again. And even if it's something that, you know, it's a one and done, guess what? You learned something. So look at it like that. I learned something. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. The end. Okay? The end. Just don't beat yourself up. Don't be self-loathing, self-hating. Be so angry at yourself. We're going to be right back with more Invisible Woman right after this short break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to tonight's episode of The Invisible Woman. We're talking about anger management. Now, it's okay to, you know, scream. Sometimes you need a good scream. You know, sometimes it's okay to cry. Sometimes you need a good cry. You know, these are natural emotions that we can use to express ourselves and to let out the anger, to release it. That way we won't have it pent up. That way we won't be having adult temper tantrums, because yes, just like kids, adults have temper tantrums too. We may not fall out into the, you know, in the department store, but we do, you know, have our tantrums. We need to find healthy ways to release that. Stop, think, step away from the situation. Do not hold that anger in to where it becomes boxed in, and then it escalates even further to where you are violent, where you are experiencing migraines, hypertension, headaches, and things like that. So you want to make sure that you have a healthy outlet to release your anger. Thank you so much for taking out the time to spend this brief moment with me. I know it went by real fast. We're talking about anger management. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned a way to cope with your anger and not have your adult temper tantrum. Knowing that the direct aggression is the best aggression. That way you can handle it, tackle it. You know, the passive aggression, not so good, because you don't want to use that sarcasm or that silent treatment to manipulate people. You know, you don't want to be nonchalant about how you feel. You want to be open. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Oh my gosh. And you know, the other week was my birthday, and it was just amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I turned another number on the dial. Yes. So it was amazing. So again, God bless. Good night. See you next week for more Invisible Woman Talk Show. Because why? This show is your show. The Invisible Woman Talk Show. Good night.